Since the very dawn of human civilization, the quest for purity has been a grueling, sun-drenched labor. For millennia, our ancestors relied on the raw, unforgiving power of nature, kneeling by ancient riverbanks to beat coarse fabrics against stones worn smooth by centuries of current. There were no chemicals here, only the rushing water and the natural white lather of wild soap berries. We watch as the water carries away the dust of the earth, a slow and rhythmic process where every drop of water wrung by hand was a testament to human endurance. But the human spirit always seeks a better way. From the first primitive sketches of wooden tubs on yellowed parchment to the massive water wheels turning under heavy falls, the seeds of a revolution were sown. We see the transition from the rough grain of early wooden barrels to the first rusted iron rivets of the industrial age. As the film shifts from the black and white of history into the colors of the 50s, we hear the nostalgic clatter of metal shafts and the groan of cracked rubber belts, marking the moment when machines first took the burden from our hand. By the flickering light of a candle, the complex dance of mechanical gears began to take shape. Powered by the violent vibration of the first electric motors, steam rose from copper basins as mechanical dials struggled against time and chemistry. But today, that grit has evolved into pure precision. On the modern designer's desk, blueprints unfurl to reveal aerodynamic curves that were once unimaginable. Every stroke of the pen is a promise of efficiency, moving us away from the heavy iron of the past toward a new, sleek vision of domestic technology. In the modern studio, blue electronic light traces the contours of a 3D digital universe, where a wooden drum magically transforms into a shimmering cylinder of high-grade steel. We simulate the power of a vortex, watching as digital soap molecules dance in a perfectly calculated storm. As the first light of dawn hits the glass walls of our manufacturing facility, the massive warehouse doors slide open to reveal the future. This is the threshold where tradition ends, and the high-tech reality of today's production line finally begins. The journey of creation begins as the plastic injection machines start up, their heavy hum filling the room. Molten plastic is forced into precision molds, taking the shape of our sleek and sophisticated design. The heavy press slams shut, sealing the form under immense pressure to ensure total structural integrity. A newly molded casing emerges, steaming slightly, reflecting the quality of the premium materials we use. Robotic arms move with a silent grace, lifting the shells onto the conveyor for the next stage. Automated trimmers then remove any excess material, leaving a clean, professional, and flawless edge. We watch as the casings are cooled down, stabilizing the form before they pass through a high-definition camera inspection. Every surface is checked for perfection. And finally, the shells are lined up and moved swiftly toward the central assembly station. The silence is broken by the thunderous strike of a 500-ton hydraulic press. In a single, powerful motion, a flat sheet of steel is reborn as a solid, U-shaped chassis with soft, elegant curves. Precision robots then take over, piercing the metal for every screw and hose with absolute consistency. The frame is then submerged in advanced chemical baths and passed through the intense heat of infrared drying tunnels, creating a foundation that is built to withstand the elements for decades to come. Aesthetics meet protection as robotic arms apply a flawless coat of white electrostatic powder. Every inch is scrutinized under the harsh glare of UV lamps and laser sensors, searching for even the smallest imperfection in the finish. Once approved, the frame is fused together by the brilliant sparks of plasma welding. Suspended from an overhead conveyor, these skeletons of steel move through the air like a silent parade, ready to be outfitted with the technology that will define their performance. True luxury is found in the quiet moments. To ensure a peaceful home, robots meticulously line the interior of the chassis with advanced sound-dampening materials and thick rubber cushions. Every dimension of the frame is measured by electronic sensors to ensure a perfect fit. As the unit slides into the primary assembly station, we see the vast scale of the facility, where parallel lines of white shells move in perfect harmony, scanned by blue light to ensure that not a single scratch has survived the journey so far. Now, we fabricate the heart, the long jet, Sheets of premium stainless steel are fed into a high-speed press, where thousands of needle-fine holes appear in a heartbeat. The steel is embossed with a diamond weave texture, designed to create a protective cushion of water for the most delicate fabrics. Once rolled into a perfect cylinder, a plasma welding robot joins the edges with a seam so smooth it feels like a single piece of silk, ensuring there are no rough edges to catch on a single thread. Precision is the enemy of vibration. After the drum is checked for perfect roundness, a heavy cast metal base is locked into place by a high-pressure air hammer. Robotic arms then attach the plastic agitators, securing them with high-torque automatic screws. But the true test is the dynamic balancer. The drum is spun at incredible speeds while sensors monitor every milligram of weight, ensuring that the finished core will rotate with the grace of a professional athlete, perfectly balanced for the life ahead. On the digital display, we track the final vibrations before the drum undergoes a high-pressure water blast. Simultaneously, the outer tub is born from pure resin. We watch as the massive molds open to reveal a heavy-duty plastic housing, freshly trimmed of all excess by a robotic blade. A high-performance rubber gasket is fitted to the rim with surgical care, preparing this outer fortress to be joined with its inner steel counterpart in a marriage of strength and watertight security. The inner steel drum is finally lowered into its plastic cradle, and the two halves are sealed together by 24 high-torque screws, moving in a single, synchronized strike. To guarantee safety, the unit is pressure tested with compressed air, while sensors hold steady at zero leakage. To handle the immense force of the spin cycle, heavy concrete counterweights are bolted to the top, while massive steel springs are attached, creating a suspension system capable of taming the most powerful tides. A heavy-duty hoist lifts the completed drum assembly, testing the elasticity of its new suspension. Nearby, the soul of the machine is being wound from pure copper. We watch as miles of wire are coiled onto the inverter stator with rhythmic perfection, coated in insulating resin to shield the electric heart. Powerful magnets are then pressed into the rotor, creating the electromagnetic force that will drive the machine with silent, belt-free efficiency for years to come. The motor's main shaft is seated into high-performance bearings, lubricated by a precise application of industrial oil. After a rigorous voltage test, the engine is brought to life, spinning at high velocity to prove its mettle. Finally, it is mated to the back of the drum and secured with a high-powered pneumatic gun. This direct drive system is the pinnacle of modern washing technology, eliminating friction and noise to provide a laundry experience that is felt but never heard. Intelligence is woven into every circuit. On an ultra-sterile line, high-speed robots place microprocessors onto the PCB boards with a speed the human eye can barely track. These boards are passed through a wave of molten solder and then encapsulated in a protective silicone skin to guard against the humidity of the laundry room. Finally, the LED display and tactile control dials are fitted to the front panel, giving the machine its face and providing the user with total command over every cycle. Robots now weave the complex nervous system through the steel frame, connecting fire-resistant plugs and color-coded wiring harnesses. Every wire is tucked away with precision as the power supply is mounted to the rear. The dual water valves and sensors are installed and connected to the detergent tray with durable hoses. A final continuity test pulses through the machine, ensuring that every digital command will reach its destination instantly and safely. The grand assembly reaches its climax as the heavy drum unit is lowered into the outer shell. Robots secure the heavy-duty springs to the frame and install the hydraulic shock absorbers into the base. Beneath the drum, the high-speed drainage pump is fitted, connected to the rear exhaust hose. A final set of counterweights is added to the bottom, anchoring the machine to the floor and ensuring that even at maximum speed, the cabinet remains rock solid and still. The control mask is snapped into place, and the reinforced glass door is mounted, closing with a heavy, satisfying click. The thick rubber gasket hugs the rim of the drum, creating an airtight fortress. Now, the machine enters the final testing bay. It is connected to live power and water for the very first time. We see the water cascading into the detergent drawer, beginning a maiden voyage that will prove the machine's readiness for the real world. Inside the drum, the wash cycle begins, a rhythmic dance of agitation and spray. The machine is pushed to its absolute limit, accelerating to 1400 RPM. High-speed cameras monitor the cabinet for the slightest tremor, while noise sensors confirm the unit meets our silent standards. We watch the drainage system roar to life, followed by a blast of hot air monitored by infrared sensors, ensuring the machine can handle the heat of every possible laundry challenge. As the test concludes, the door opens to release a cloud of warm steam, a sign of a successful cycle. A human inspector, wearing white gloves, applies the passed seal, a badge of honor earned through fire and water. The machine leaves the testing station, where its glass door is polished to a mirror shine. Finally, a laser etches the unique serial number into the frame, a permanent digital record of the quality and craftsmanship that went into every single component. The journey toward the customer's home begins with the ritual of protection. Robots carefully nestle the machine into high-density foam buffers, shielding its base and corners from the rigors of global shipping. The user manual is placed inside the drum, a final guide for the machine's new owner. Finally, a crystal-clear protective film is wrapped around the unit, ensuring that the factory shine remains untouched until the moment it is unveiled in its new home. A heavy-duty carton is automatically formed and lowered over the machine, encasing it in its final armor. The box is sealed with industrial-strength tape and bound by high-tension plastic straps to withstand the long journey ahead. A unique QR code is applied to the side, a digital passport that will track this machine across oceans and continents, ensuring that our promise of quality is delivered exactly where it is needed most. In the quiet of our smart warehouse, autonomous vehicles glide between towering rows of finished units, moving them toward the final departure. Thousands of machines stand in perfect formation, a testament to the scale of our vision. As the warehouse doors open to the golden light of the afternoon sun, we see the result of our labor. What began as raw steel and silicon is now a completed masterpiece, ready to be loaded onto the world's stage. As the containers are loaded, we see the machine in its final destination, running silently in a modern home. A single touch of a screen brings it to life, and the word end appears, signaling a job well done. From the primitive stones of an ancient stream to this peak of engineering excellence, we have perfected the art of the clean. As the sun sets over the factory, we look back at a legacy of progress, where every machine is a promise kept.